from the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, May 25th, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. One person is dead and another one in the hospital after an incident at Glenanoco Falls in Lehigh Township, Carbon County. The call came in just after 12 o'clock this afternoon. Rescue crews from around the area responded to the multiple patient rescue. Officials say the patient, who was still alive when she was taken out of the falls. The incident took place at the second fall. One firefighter was taken to the hospital with a sprained knee. The names of those involved have not yet been released. Students protested in front of Coughlin High School and the Wilkes-Barre Administration Building today over cuts made by the school board Monday night. WYLN News intern Maria Cinti has more on the protests and why students and parents feel so passionate about the program cuts.
Many people driving down the streets of Wilkes-Barre today shouted and honked their horns, but not for the reason you might think. They were directing their attention at students and parents protesting against program cuts and teachers getting furloughed within the Wilkes-Barre Area School District. Coughlin High School senior Amir Mims and many others are disappointed about the cuts being made in the school district. Mims says it's not fair that good teachers are suffering from a situation that's not their fault.
It's outrageous how teachers are losing their job because they want to cut our programs. And the sad thing is, I'm close to one of my art teachers, Ms. Gordon. She's a beautiful teacher. She teaches us, she cares about us, she's so enthusiastic about how she do her art. And it's sad that she's losing her job because our taxpayers, our people here can't do their job.
The protest stemmed from a Wilkes-Barre Area School Board meeting Monday night where the school board voted 8-1 in favor of more than $4 million in cuts for the coming school year. Students at schools within the Wilkes-Barre Area School District began protests early this morning at Coughlin High School, but eventually made their way to the administration building where they hope their voices and concerns will truly be heard. But the march from Coughlin to the administration building was not only done to help spread the protesters' message. Coughlin High School senior Emily Glissenfer says protesting in front of the district building was the best way to make their voices heard and convince the administration they are serious.
We marched here today because we need to prove our point and we need to go as far as we possibly can. This is all that we can do for ourselves, and as you can see, we are putting our attendance on the line to prove our point, to get it across, because it wouldn't have just been proven in front of our school. They need to see our faces, they need to see the people that they are affecting, and they need to be interrupted throughout their workday.
Community members say the cuts will cause Wilkes-Barre area students to lose a lot more than objects and classes. They say that with losing programs like technology, education, and art, students will also lose their freedom of expression and the opportunity to become well-rounded individuals.
These kids are going to be out on the streets because they need this. And to take this away isn't fair to them. They're not taking sports, and I don't want them to take sports. I think it should be well-rounded, like we all had. You had art, I had art, you had music, I had music. They should have those programs too.
They're going to lose reading, they're going to lose art, they're going to lose all, they can't, how do you expect kids to express themselves? They can't express themselves always in class. There's certain people that do different things. It's so different, we all are different people, all different personalities. Some people do better at art, some people are good at music, some people do better at other activities. We're all different.
Officers on scene say the protesters were respectful and did not cause any confrontation. We tried reaching out to Wilkes-Barre area administrators for a comment, but no one responded before this newscast. In Wilkes-Barre, for WYLN News, I'm Maria Cinti.
Thank you, Maria. Remember those truck crashes on the Broad Mountain leading into Nesquehoning 2 months ago? 2 of those 3 drivers involved have now been charged. 3 tractor trailers crashed in 3 days coming down the steep hill into Nesquehoning. Borough Police charged 33-year-old Yadadome Bjork of Pawtucket, Rhode Island, and charged in the 31st crash was 50-year-old Palente Dutterville of Elizabeth, New Jersey, was charged in the April first wreck. Police allege both drivers cruised past multiple signs warning them of the steep decline in the Route 93 hill and say that both drivers had problems with their brakes prior to the crashes. A third driver, Mohammed Abu Dhabi of Ohio, was involved in a third crash on April 2nd. He was not charged. Detterville and Bjork face reckless endangerment, operating a vehicle with unsafe equipment, and several traffic counts. Detterville was also charged with logbook violations. A Kingston man is facing drug charges after police served a search warrant at his home. 42-year-old Jose Robles Roman is facing several counts of manufacture, delivery, or possession with intent, criminal use of a communication facility, and related counts. Police said Robles Roman's North Thomas Avenue has been the focus of a recent narcotics investigation for the heroin sales. Detectives seized over $14,000 in cash, approximately 160 bags of heroin, a handgun, and various drug paraphernalia used to distribute heroin. Robles Roman is in county prison on a $175,000 bail. Extending Cole Street into downtown Wilkes-Barre looks unlikely to happen anytime soon. Right now, Cole Street ends at the Boulevard. The city has long planned an extension to run it to Union Street in downtown and has generated some money to do so. The first phase has been done, but the Luzerne County Redevelopment Authority now says it's unlikely to happen. The city has been looking for what's known as TIF status to finance the extension. TIF is tax incrementable financing, wherein the cost of a project is paid from what would otherwise be property tax revenue. The county, the school district, and Wilkes-Barre Township relinquished tax revenue from the development of the area around the Mohegan Sun Arena at KC Plaza to fund the TIF. But the city did not contribute to the program, and the agreement ended in 2012. The dispute eventually went to PennDOT. It has said that earliest it could list the project was for the 2021 to 2026 funding cycle, and even that was only for the engineering service. The county is now saying it wants its share back. Federal agents raided a Nanticoke gun shop Tuesday morning. The FBI and Department of Homeland Security executed a search warrant at DNR Sports Center on Fairchild Street around 10 o'clock in the morning. They carried out boxes labeled evidence, but the store was allowed to remain open and there were no immediate arrests. Reportedly, the feds are investigating whether any guns were sold to countries to which gun sales are prohibited. The store used to be owned by 53-year-old Mark Komorowski, who was arrested in 2008 and sentenced to federal prison for trying to smuggle military equipment to Russia. He was released in December of 2012. The court papers state that he is employed at a sporting goods store and that because he's a convicted felon, he shouldn't have any involvement with firearms. Governor Wolf wants gas stations to be able to sell 6-packs of beer for takeout. Under current LCB law, alcohol can't be sold any place where there is also a sale of liquid fuels. But a recent Commonwealth Court ruling allows for the sale of malt or brewed beverages at gas stations and other businesses. Wolf has requested a policy to change at LCB to permanently allow gas stations to sell 6-packs of beer as long as they prepare and sell food, have a serving area of not less than 300 square feet, and are equipped with tables and chairs accommodating at least 30 people. Well, it's time now for a first look at our forecast. We can expect much warmer temperatures as we approach the Memorial Day weekend. Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with the details. Joe, what can our viewers expect this weekend?
Well, overall, things are shaping up to be pretty nice this Memorial Day weekend. We have some very warm temperatures in store for our area. But what about the rain? Are we going to be rain-free for the next several days? I'll have all the questions you may need to know about the weather coming up in just a few. Ann?
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, a look at a local job fair in our area, which was held at Penn State Hazleton. Plus, a new law in Pennsylvania will require children 2 years and younger to sit in a rear-facing car seat. Stay tuned. More news, weather, and sports is coming your way only on WYLN.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Chief Videographer Mike Lula, weather with meteorologist Joe Garbacik, and sports with Eric DeBerardinis.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Time to bring the action in Pocono. Fire them up. Here we go. No attack, no chance. Watch the madness of this. Oh, it's final. Look at that. There's something going on over there. Whoa. We earned this one. Off the day. Pocono City, please.
Those in the market for jobs headed out to Penn State Hazelton for an annual job fair. WYLN's Abby Piskel has more on this story.
Today marked the 5th annual Great Northeast Job Fair. Held in the Dr. Thomas M. Cassis Gymnasium at Penn State Hazelton, over 60 different businesses were represented. Ranging from food service to healthcare and anything in between, there was sure to be something for everyone. Operations Manager of the Standard Speaker, John Patton, says that there is always a way to do something extra for the community.
We have a bunch of advertisers here, a bunch of companies that are looking for jobs, and we have people in the area who are looking for work. And so I think that, when we have people who have jobs and people are looking for work, to be able to put them together in a venue such as this, I think it works for everybody.
Even though the job fair was held in Hazelton, the positions offered are available at other locations that the businesses own.
A lot of these companies are not just Hazelton based, and so they may have multiple locations. So when you come in, you may end up looking for one job and find something else. And so from that standpoint, yes, the people in Hazelton, this is a great opportunity for them in the area, but also in the surrounding communities as well.
New to Hazelton this year, the Hazelton Auto Mall has multiple opportunities for anyone who is in the job search. Business Development Center Representative Catherine Varley has some helpful tips to anyone who might want to apply.
You can stop into the Hyundai store or to Kia. You can ask for an application, fill that out. We recommend bringing a resume, that way we can keep it on file for you, and then we would be in touch to schedule the interview. It's a very quick process. We bring it in. Like I said, there's just a lot of opportunity, and we're looking to fill those positions.
Looking for a job can be a difficult task. Recent college graduate Andy Objet gave his perspective of the job search after college.
As a recent college graduate, it's important just to get our names out there, and finding with a degree in business marketing and management, just finding anything from marketing to management in any field.
At Penn State Hazelton for WYLN News, I'm Abby Piskel.
Thank you, Abby. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbaczyk is back with a full look at our forecast. Plus, a new car seat law is on the governor's desk waiting for a signature. Tonight, we'll hear from experts on car seats for children and how important they really are. All that and more is coming your way, including sports here on WYLN.
You deserve to look your best.
The LSC Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazelton presents A Musical Salute to All Who Serve on Saturday, June 11th. The show features the outstanding talent of the Hazelton Philharmonic Orchestra under the direction of Robert Lagana, as well as featured soloists. The show will be narrated by Sergeant Eric Olson, host of the WYLN TV show Warrior Summit Outdoors. Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for children. A Musical Salute to All Who Serve, Saturday, June 11th at 7 p.m.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, you'll meet Marina Kuchar, who's going to tell you a little bit about how chiropractic and music can make your life flow so much better. Her story this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. Join us.
Hey, it's a great day to be outdoors and do just about anything you want across our area. We just don't got any clouds, just a little bit of a small amount of those high, thin cirrus clouds. But other than that, we got a lot of sunshine, we got the warm temperatures, and kind of almost feel like a tad bit of that humidity in the air. Really not much of a factor, but again, it just feels summer-like, even though we're officially in spring. And I tell you what, these temperatures are going to stick around for the next couple of days going into this Memorial Day weekend. It is shaping up to be pretty nice across our area. On to today's temperature, what we're experiencing outside. We actually are continuing to remain in the 80s. A little bit of a breeze out there, but I tell you what, it does feel good when you happen to walk outside, and it just is great. Spring and summer and the Memorial Day and all those components all put together, I think we all are looking forward to. How did we do temperature-wise for the day? Well, lower 80s. That's not bad, especially here in the higher elevations. A fairly mild start to our morning, dropping down almost 60 degrees. And notice we got that wind gust this afternoon at about 21 miles per hour. Statewide temperatures looking like this. 85 now at Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport. We got 75 degrees in Mount Pocono, 87 degrees in Allentown. And if you look at Williamsport, look at that, 89 degrees, 87 in Selinsgrove, 86 in Harrisburg, 82 degrees in State College. Very warm, no matter where you travel throughout the state of Pennsylvania. On to the winds again. Again, these are sustained winds, 5, 10, 15 or so miles per hour. But again, hey, it just feels great walking outdoors, so enjoy the evening. All right, on to the 7-day forecast, and let's see if we can get a repeat of some of the days that we've experienced like today. And I think we do have a pretty good shot of them across the board. 78 for tomorrow, and then we have a shower or thunderstorm coming into play for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Again, don't cancel any outdoor plans. I don't think it's going to be a washout. We'll see a mix of clouds and sunshine, but do keep the umbrella handy. May have to deal with a shower or a thunderstorm here and there. Notice those temperatures very warm for this time of year, and even as we start going into early next week, and boy, I hate to tell you, middle part of next week, we're already in June. I don't know where this time is flying by, but one thing for certain, 7-day forecast, nobody is going to complain about. Stick around. We'll have a lot more for you coming up after this break.
If you're not in danger and you see a crime, text 274-637, 274-637, 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street. Text 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street. No one will know your identity.
Now helping to solve or prevent a crime is just a text away. Text my tips to the word crimes and let the law help you.
The Hazleton Auto Mall and the Hazleton City Recreation Department invite you to a day of play. Saturday, May 28th from 11 until 2 at Harmon Guy Stadium in Hazleton. Meet two-time Super Bowl champion and 5-time Pro Bowler Jesse Armstead and ESPN announcer, Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Antonio Pierce. Sports, family activities, craft making, food, ice cream, and more. A day of play is for kids of all ages. It's a free family community event hosted by the Hazleton Recreation Department and the Hazleton Auto Mall, exceeding your expectations.
You may have to start using rear-facing car seats if you have a child 2 years of age and under. WYLN's Aaron Harvey has more.
With Memorial Day weekend just days away, it's the kickoff to summer activity. It's important that you know how to properly secure your child in a car seat and if there are any changes to these laws in Pennsylvania.
One of the things I think with car seat safety is parents need to be aware that their seats are properly installed. We have the ability here to help them with that, as does the state police and Lehigh Valley Hospital. Main thing you want to keep an eye on is that you're using the right seat for the child's age as well as their height and weight. Make sure that it's not expired. They do have expiration dates on them. I believe it's 5 or 6 years, depending upon the manufacturer. Make sure there's not any recalls. It's always good to go to a car seat fitting station or a fitting clinic. The summer months coming up, a lot of places are going to be having them.
Gantz has some additional tips on making sure your child's car seat is safe.
You also want to make sure your car seat doesn't move more than an inch left or right. If it does, it's not secured properly, and that the safety system, whether it's a 5-point harness or if they're in a booster seat, is properly positioned on the child.
There's a bill on its way to Governor Wolf that would require children to ride in rear-facing car seats until they're at least 2 years old. Gantz gives us his thoughts on the bill.
I think that's a good idea. I know one of the things we do at APTS, we're a car seat fitting station. We have certified car seat technicians here, and one of the things that we try to stress is that parents keep their children rear-facing as long as possible, up to 2 years at least. Obviously, there are weight restrictions and height limitations that if the child exceeds that, then they have to go to forward-facing. But I think if they put that into law, it's in the best interest of the safety of the children.
APTS will make sure your child's car seat is properly installed.
If you're interested in getting your car seat checked, just give us a call at APTS here and schedule your appointment, and we'd be more than happy to help you out. We are a loaner program as well. If you know somebody that is not in a position financially to be able to afford a car seat, we can help them out with that. We work with that in conjunction with Lehigh Valley Health Network.
In Hazleton, for WYLN News, I'm Erin Harvey.
Thank you, Aaron. Coming up next, John Eric Poli is in for Eric DeBerardinis with sports here on WYLN. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbaczyk will have one final look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road, Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicapped accessible with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. There are packages available to fit anyone's budget, restaurant and catering on site. Our facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor and private parties. Call 570-384-2314.
I'm Ann Gownley, News Director at WYLN, and being able to volunteer my time and give back to the community in which I work and to those family members of mine who have been struck by cancer, it means so much to give back to the community as a volunteer.
Last night at 10 o'clock, we reported that all fall and winter sports coaches at Hazleton area plan on being reappointed, with the exception of boys basketball coach Mike Joseph. Hazleton area athletic director Fred Barletta spoke with WYLN today and informed us that Joseph was interviewed to retain his position. There is no answer at this time on the board's approach going forward with the boys basketball position. At last month's school board meeting, Hazleton Area School Board decided to open up all fall and winter sports coaching positions. During the board's discussion, nobody came out and said that Joseph was the reason to blame, but there were several references made about him during their discussion. We'll have updates on Thursday night at 10 o'clock following the meeting right here on WYLN Sports. Rise and shine, Rail Riders fans, as the Rail Riders were in action early today against the Louisville Bats, with the game starting at 10:30 this morning. In the bottom of the first, the Rail Riders would score 3 runs, and here's one of them as Chris Parmley shows some of his power, hitting his 6th homer of the year. We'll go to the top of the 4th, Rail Riders up 3-0, and the Bats are on the comeback trail here as Scott Skybler doubles to right field, and the Rail Riders lead is now 3-1. That run was all the Bats could afford as the Rail Riders would score 7 runs on 9 hits to get the win 7-1. Yesterday, there was plenty of high school sports action taking place. We were able to get to some baseball action between Berwick and Crestwood, along with the boys volleyball semifinal matchup between Holy Redeemer and Southern Lehigh. Let's get into some of the highlights. First, we'll go to the baseball diamond. Top of the second, Nate Lieback is going to make a web gem at second base, preventing a hit. Later that inning, runner on his way to second, and the ball doesn't get fielded off the hop, and the Comets are now in business. However, they can't get the runner in as pitcher Jared Marshman works his way out of the jam, and Austin Horsfield makes a nice grab on the throw down to first base. Bottom of the third, Matt Champ hits a sac fly to center field, and the Bulldogs are now out in front, 1-0. Later in the game, errors would kill the Bulldogs as Crestwood would go on to win off of 4 Berwick errors to get the win, 3-1. Now indoors to volleyball as Holy Redeemer is the top seed and heavy favorite in the tournament. Early on, Robert Bloss puts the Spartans up on this ace. Later on in the first set, Holy Redeemer is now up 6-5. Both teams are going to knock this ball around until Holy Redeemer uses its big man, the big 4'7" Robert Zaberski, dominant in this one. And he puts the Royals up by 2 on this spike right here. Now let's fast forward to set point as Zaberski gets another powerful point in the Royals win. The Royals win the first set 25-15 and go on to win the match in straight sets. The Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Penguins captain is coming back. Tom Kostopoulos has signed a 1-year contract with the Pens. Next season will mark the 18th season for TK. He has recorded 12 points in 10 Calder Cup playoff games, which is tied for second best in team history. Maybe next year can be the year that TK and the Pens finally bring home the cup. That's all for sports. Stay tuned. Up next, Joe Garbacic is in with one last look at our forecast.
The LSC Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton presents A Musical Salute to All Who Serve on Saturday, June 11th. The show features the outstanding talent of the Hazleton Philharmonic Orchestra under the direction of Robert Lagana, as well as featured soloists. The show will be narrated by Sergeant Eric Olson, host of the WYLN TV show Warrior Summit Outdoors. Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for children. A Musical Salute to All Who Serve, Saturday, June 11th at 7 p.m.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer-dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill, and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
Good board, right? Okay, that's good, right there. What's this? What's this? If a par, this is over the par 3. Oh, the last up second third.
Okie dokie, we got a nice couple of days heading in our direction over the next few days. If you like today, you're going to like the next couple of days. Of course, hey, we're getting in the 80s today, some areas near 90 degrees, more feeling summer-like versus where we're at springtime. So we got 78 degrees for tomorrow, looking pretty good. A mix of clouds and sunshine. And then as we start going into Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday, may have to dodge a shower or two around, maybe even a thunderstorm, but keep the umbrella handy if you're doing anything outdoors. But again, much of the time will be rain-free. We'll see a mix of clouds and sunshine, and those temperatures pretty nice for this time of year. A couple of days, I think we're going to be getting up into the 80s, just like what we saw today. Some areas will be in the mid to upper 80s. And then still looking good as we go into early next week through the middle part of next week as we already start going into June. Hard to imagine. June already for Wednesday, but looking good. Mid to upper 70s, and you see some of those overnight lows not too bad either. So summer isn't officially here, although Memorial Day is the unofficial start to summer, and it's going to feel summer-like.
Yeah, I know. A lot of my neighbors are already opening up their pools, so it's usually the time to open up the pools. And
yeah, and you know what? There's no. You could probably go in a pool now, but it's going to be a little chilly to water.
But, I mean, if you're outside, though, when you're standing in the sun, it certainly feels a little bit hotter than 85 degrees out.
Yeah, it does.
So why not? Why not enjoy the summer and kick it off? We had a nice winter, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
So
enjoy the summer while it lasts, because before you know it, it'll be fall and winter again.
It's real quick. You're complaining that May went fast, and now you're going to rush the summer on everyone.
No, let the summer stay around forever.
All right, sounds good. We'll see if we can work on that.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone.